How are you guys doing? Hope everybody's doing pretty well. Today's video will be to look at how we can install Git. Now, the last video explained what Git and GitHub are. Again, but today we're going to install our Git software, and we will install it on both our Windows system and a Linux system. And again, this is a continuation of our DevOps training series. Um, let's go ahead and get our Git installed. So we're gonna be installing Git, and the platforms that I want us to use to install Git on, right? Platforms will be Windows 10, right? Windows 10. That's one platform, and the next platform will be Linux. And for Linux, we're going to set it up on CentOS 7. These are the two platforms that we will use to set up our Git on. Now, when Windows 10, right, once you install it on Windows 10 and you gain that experience, just also know that it can be done the same on Windows 11. Now, right now, there's the Windows 11 operating system that just came out, which is very popular. It's very similar to Windows 10. So if you can install this on a Windows 10 operating system, no, you can do it on Windows 11 as well. Now, again, same for Linux. We're setting it up on CentOS 7, but just also know that you can set it up on CentOS 8 as well, right? Now, we'll also be talking about the new CentOS Stream operating system that just came out that will be replacing CentOS. CentOS Stream, we're going to be talking about that later on, and it's the same thing. I mean, you can also install it on CentOS Stream. Now for CentOS 8, the command might be a little bit different, but we will talk about that. So let's get on with this. Okay, let's get on. So the first thing is that we want to install it on Windows. Windows will be our first platform of choice. So the first thing to do to install this on Windows is to first of all go to visit the website to download Git. So this is the download URL if you want. And for those of you that are from Trinitech, URL stands for Uniform Resource Locator. Now the website is https, right, git scm.com/download and then /win. All right, so that's the website that we will use to download to go get our Git software from. All right, now let's get to my system and download that software. Okay, so I'm going to my browser to go get the software. All right, so let's go ahead and get it. So we're just going to put in that URL in there. And again, it is git-scm.com, and then we will do our /download and /win. So that right there is our website, and if I press enter, it immediately loads up to the Git website. But we can come here, and since I think everybody else will definitely have, you guys will definitely have a 64-bit operating system. So we're going to be downloading and installing the 64-bit version of Git. So let's go ahead and click on that. And once you click on that, it's going to download. So it downloads to the taskbar. And once it downloads to the taskbar, you can just double click on it, right? Just let me just, so you can see it better. This is it. Sometimes if you don't see it download there, then it just means that it has downloaded into your download folder. And I can basically go to my download folder right now and go check it out. All right, so you can see right here, this is Git, right? So it downloaded to our download folder. So what you have to do, like in every other Windows operating system, just double click on it and start your installation. So you can see the installation starting, right? This is standard Windows, right? So we're installing our Git right now. So let's just, so you just do next, next. Now for the custom, the settings, you don't have to worry about it. At some point I'll show you how to set it up to make changes to the settings that you see here. But for the meantime, just leave the settings as they are, and you can see right here that it's going to use Vim as our default editor. For those of you that have a background in Linux, you will already know what I'm talking about. So we're not making any changes to the settings. We're just going to leave it at the default settings right there. And like I said, we might get to a point in these training videos where I show you how to how to make changes to the setting based on the different options that we will be using. So again, we haven't changed anything, so it is just installing right now. So this is it installing in a Windows platform, right? And it runs really quick, right? The installation is very fast. You don't have to do anything, and it will just install all the way to the end. So you just got to be patient and wait for it to finish installing. So a lot of people today, though, lots of admins, they run tools like this in Linux. But some of the tools, they work really good in Linux and also work very well, especially Git. Git was designed to work to run in Windows as well, extremely well. And you will see when we start setting up using Git, go into detail, there are certain things that we will set up that will be easier done in Windows than in Linux. All right, so now let's go ahead, and so this is our installation is done, and I'm just gonna uncheck this and check this so that it starts. So what will happen is that it will launch in what's called Git Bash, which is a terminal, right? This is a command line terminal that you can use for Git on Windows. So which actually mimics the Bash shell, right? So basically it has opened up the terminal, and this right here is the terminal. So this is the terminal that came with our Git, and usually it will also put icons on the desktop, right? Now once you're done installing, you can check the version and just type the command git dash dash version, right? Git dash dash version, and just press enter, and it will tell you what version of Git this is. You can see right here, this is version 2.341, and this is the Windows version. So we are all set right now. We are all set for Git in Windows, and this is it. I mean, it is very straightforward. There's no tricks that you need. It's just a straightforward installation, and that's that. Now the next thing that I want us to do is do exactly the same thing in Linux, right? Like I said, we're gonna be using CentOS 7, and CentOS 7 is, if you can install it in CentOS 7, then you can install it in CentOS 8, which is the latest version, and then there's a CentOS Stream Server also that just came out. Sometimes the commands might be a little bit different, but let's take a quick look at how to do it here. Now, first of all, I want us to look at, let's check the version of CentOS that I have. It's always good to do this, and just do your CentOS dash release. Now, for those of you from Trinitech, you already know, you have a lot of Linux background already. You can see right here, I'm using CentOS 7 right here. Sometimes it's also good to update, right? Install updates on your CentOS server before you proceed with the installation. Yum update -y. It's always good to install the latest update. You can see I have some updates that will be installed. Usually, sometimes it's recommended It's always recommended to do this so that once you're installing your application, you get the latest version, right? Because if you don't, you're not in the habit of always patching your server or updating it, you might be trying to install an application and it will not install the latest version. Sometimes the application might fail to install because of incompatibility. Now, if that application or that package was recently updated by the vendor and your system is not up to date to be compatible with that new upgrade for that software, then there might be incompatibility. And we've had situations in class at Trinitech where students, their installation failed because of incompatibility with their operating system. Their operating system was not completely up to date. So it is recommended to, do this, to run this. Always do your yum update -y to make sure that your system has the latest updates. All right, so you can see right there. Yeah, what I'm getting here is just showing that I've not installed Git yet. I just finished updating my system, right? Installing patches. So right now I'm just gonna install Git, and the command to install Git is very straightforward, folks. It is for those of you that are from Trinitech, you will know that it is yum install -y Git. Now, even if you're not from Trinitech and um you have Linux experience, you know that this is the command used to install packages in Linux, especially CentOS 6, CentOS 7. In CentOS 8, there's this command is backward compatible, it works as well, but now CentOS 8 now has another new command. It is called DNF, right? DNF. And you can also DNF install, just like you can yum install. It's very similar to yum, but it is DNF. D as in David, N as in Nancy, F as in Frank. We have our yum install, right? -y Git. And so this will work, like I said, for CentOS 6, 7, right? Red Hat Enterprise Linux 6, 7. And then we have our DNF, and it will also work in 8, right? So it will also work in 8 because in the 8 version it's backward compatible. But now they have this new command in CentOS 8 and the new CentOS Stream Server that they use, which is the same, right? But it's just DNF. So they have DNF installed Git, and you can do the -y or before that or -y after, it doesn't matter. So it will still work. So there you go. So that is what you need to know. But now let's go back to my system and let's run this command and install our Git. You can see right there, Git is installing. Now, again, like I said before, it is very important to make sure that your system is fully patched before you install anything. Yum update is key. Always don't do your yum update before you install anything. Now, so if you noticed, this is done installing, right? So if we go back, you will see that it is done, and I can do my my git dash version to check the version that I have installed. So git dash version, and you can see for Linux it's version 1.8.3.1. so that is the version that we currently have in Linux. So this right here concludes the installation of our Git. So what have we done? We have installed Git in Windows and in Linux. Again, in Windows and in Linux. So in our Windows, in our Linux platform, that's what you're seeing right there. And if we were to look at our Windows platform, you can see right there that is what we did in Windows, right? So we got this interface, this command line interface that comes with Git, and you can see that it's ready to type commands. And this will work almost like Bash, right? Just like a Bash shell. You can run regular Linux commands here. And then, so next video, what we will do is that we're going to pick one of this platform and then get into detail about Git commands. Either Linux or Windows, doesn't matter. Any of those would work. So so that should do it. This should do it for this video. And again, this right here is Emmanuel Warrer with Trinitech. These videos are the videos that will help you understand DevOps. Like I said, we're starting with Git, and we're going to go through the DevOps pipelines and look at a whole bunch of DevOps tools, common DevOps tools that can be used to set up an entire DevOps pipelines. So guys, thank you so much for watching the video. Hope you enjoyed it. The next video will be to dive into Git commands, show you how to which I call post Git installation. What do you do after you've installed your Git software? How do you prepare your environment for work? How do you configure the environment and provision it for a project? So that is what the next video will be all about. All right, then. See you guys in the next video. God bless you all. Thank you.